Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com, and in this video we're looking at a brand new PRX Powermatic 80 with this light blue dial that I like to call the Glacier edition. Just came out. So in this video and on this channel, we look at watches available for purchase on our website, TeddyBaldassarre.com, as a full authorized dealer. So in this video, deep dive on this timepiece, final points of consideration at the end, but also throughout this video, if you wanna have your opportunity to get this watch quickly, because it just became available, you wanna learn more, a link will be in the description down below to the product page, where you of course can learn more about the watch and purchase it if you want to. But guys, let's jump into the video and take a closer look at this new Glacier dial. When Tissot decided to bring back a 1970s style watch resting deep within their archive in 2021, I'm not even sure the brand realized the rapid ascension the model family would experience in just a couple short years, now becoming one of the most popular and important collections in the sub $1,000 watch market segment. Given the PRX's success, a slew of line extensions has flooded the watch market, with a range of new dial colors, both quartz and automatic, a smaller 35mm quartz option launched in early 2022, as well as a surprising automatic chronograph. In addition, late last year, Tissot launched the PRX Quartz Mint, delivering an emphatic pop of color to an already broad collection. And now, in more breaking developments, Tissot has unveiled a new PRX Powermatic 80 variant with a striking glacier blue dial that feels poised to become an enthusiast heartthrob, and perhaps their best dial yet. And better news even, it is now available. Now to begin, let's discuss what is new. The dial color. When first seeing the early press photos of this, I mistakenly thought this was going to be an automatic option of the mint color dial that we saw recently. However, a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to get hands-on with this piece during a private reveal, and I was caught off guard by the dial color. I had my colleague Will next to me, and he saw the color and described it as glacier blue, a very accurate interpretation in putting this color to words. What I liked the most about seeing this dial was that it was, of course, eye-catching, yet not to a point of overstretching where it undermines one of the fundamental characteristics of the PRX and its everyday viability. Simply put, it's a beautiful shade that I think will easily rise the ranks of one of, if not the favorite dials from this popular collection. Now, set between the relative safety of a flat sapphire crystal, the PRX Glacier retains the overall design format from previous Powermatic 80 models, exemplifying a heightened level of finishing for the price with its three-dimensional waffle texture primary surface. At the outskirts, faceted and polished linear indices are neatly applied, each with a small sliver of luminescent material. A stylized baton handset pairs matte and polished surfaces while also making a home for another luminescent inlay. Like other PRX models, the lume here is not excellent given the limited real estate it occupies, but it does enhance the watch's nighttime legibility to a useful degree. A frame date aperture rests at the usual 3 o'clock spot, serving as the only interruption to the dial's textured surface beyond the printed brand wordmark at 12 and the PRX and Powermatic 80 text at 6. At 40mm in diameter, 44.6mm lug-to-lug, and 11.1mm thick, the finishing on the PRX stainless steel case is class-leading. The central case is finished with uniform vertical brush surfaces that extend throughout the bracelet. All of the sides of the primary surfaces are polished, including the bezel that is lifted from the core case and a long bevel cast along the length of the entire case side that shines impressively under the light. The crown is seated within the case slightly, offering a compromise between protection and accessibility while being signed with the Tissot T. Given its sportier position, the PRX is rated for 100 meters of water resistance, and in a price arena where many brands see bracelets and straps as a cost-cutting measure, the PRX separates from the crowd to an impressive effect, with the bracelet seamlessly transitioning into the case, and the same brushing on the central case is here, but to add some flair, the inside of the links are all polished, making the turn of the wrist a show for reflective details. As I've often argued, it's one of the best bracelets in the price point by a far margin, though the nature of the end link does extend out the theoretical lug-to-lug. However, even on my wrist, I have opted to go with the 40mm option for my own personal collection, so it really depends on what your preferences are. All in all, the watch wears relatively true to size. The well-finished bracelet tapers to a 2-button butterfly release, features pin-adjusted links, and a quick release mechanism on the back of the bracelet. The links are rather small compared to other traditional sports watches, so getting a solid fit shouldn't be as much of a problem compared to other bracelets with no finer points of microadjustment. As another note, Tissot offers a constantly growing range of aftermarket straps, specifically to utilize the PRX's proprietary lug format, which might be a nice companion if you did want to continue to maximize the looks here. Now, set beneath the safety of an exhibition caseback, we have an excellent and proven caliber for from ETA with a nice hidden trick up its sleeve with its extended power reserve. In achieving the extended reserve, these Powermatic calibers reduce the 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate of the base ETA 2824 caliber and then drops it down to 21,600 vibrations per hour or 3 Hz to maximize the stored energy to a capable over the weekend 80 hours. These movements are also equipped with a patented Nivicron balance spring that aids in the basic protection against shock and magnetism while also being regulated at the factory, dropping the traditional regulator pins but in turn delivering great accuracy out of the box as well as lessening the potential downsides of shock in the process. This particular PRX sample kept impressive time at +3 to -4 seconds a day when being tested across 5 different positions, and while you can't expect every example to run this well with this timekeeping, it's far from the first time I've seen a well-regulated PRX to say the least. In terms of general specifications here for this Powermatic 80 caliber, it does run at 21,600 vibrations per hour, 3 Hz once again, hacking and hand winding, hacking stopping the second hand when you pull the crown to the farthest position, and again a power reserve of 80 hours. So now to unpack here looking at this PRX. In general, is this really entirely a new watch in any way outside of the dial? No, it is exactly a PRX from pretty much every other aspect. But is that a bad thing, considering that this is a leading watch in that sub $1,000 range? I don't think so. Sure, the 40 millimeters might be larger for some. The lume isn't, of course, exceptional, but it's still enough. And then you also have the micro adjustment, which I, from my own personal experience, never had any issues sizing with because the links are a bit smaller. But in many ways outside of that, I think the PRX essentially sets the standard when it comes to a watch that's finished in this price category. With this new striking color of blue, I do think this is probably the best dial yet, or at least in the conversation. It's not so eccentric where you're not able to pull this off in an everyday variety, but it also is different compared to the conventional blue that you're seeing from that first generation of Powermatics from the PRX collection. Simply put, I really love this shade, and it caught me off guard when I saw it for the first time. Finishing, on the bracelet, the case, the dial, you really can't expect much more from this price category. The design, although of course pulling from much of the era of integrated sports watches, comes directly from a watch that I saw in Tissot's archive that they pulled out of a drawer from the late 1970s. So this is very much a part of their DNA and history, just as many other brands that were developing watches in the 1970s of this style. So all in all, a fantastic new addition to a powerhouse of a collection that is the PRX. All right, guys, well, thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Really would appreciate that as it does help out the channel. Also, if you are in the market for the watch that was featured here, it is available for purchase on TeddyBaldassarre.com. TeddyBaldassarre.com is an authorized dealer of 30 brands, quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, full factory warranty for all the products that we offer, and how we're able to fund productions both on this channel and on the second channel is through selling watches. So if you want to support the content, it's a great way to do it. We know you can buy a watch essentially anywhere, but we would love to have your business. It allows us to keep going. We don't have the brands pay us to make any of the content. We're all self-funded, and the store allows us to make it all happen. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.